when it comes to equipment and stuff like that, like side by side or a tractor, or, you know, something like that, yeah, we're just not there. But if you guys are associated with any tractor companies or know any that would like to sponsor a small YouTube channel that is just really trying to get off the ground and do more, we are almost to 800 subscribers. So we would love to grow with some tractor company. That would be awesome, or some side-by-side company. And so, yeah, if you know anybody that is willing to take a chance on small YouTubers, let me know. Hey, what's up everybody? John here, Delighted Acres Farm, and it is a breezy Saturday morning here at Delighted Acres. I'm getting around a little later than I expected. I was gonna come out here about an hour and a half ago and I got distracted. You guys, I don't know if you ever have plans to do things and get distracted and get started later than you want to, but that's my day today, which is fine because I don't have a lot of things that are pressing. I just wanted to get out here. Sun's already getting warm. It's gonna be kind of hot today, but at least the wind is breezy, is blowing, and that's gonna help. But I'm back here on the I'm on the north side of the house back here, and here I'll show you here in just a second. But I have a project I want to do back here, and so I'm glad the wind's blowing. It was blowing from the south, so I'm gonna be not in the wind so much, so that might actually make it a little warmer. The sun is shining back here. But before I get to my project, I got some mowing I need to do. I was really waiting because we've had some rain. We continue to have rain periodically, which is great because it's we're coming to the end of June. We still have green grass, and that is not typical for most summers. I'm not complaining. And so, guys, we were gone last week. So this is Saturday. We've had a week back. But the previous week we were gone. We're out of state, went to Ohio to see Kelly's family, which was awesome. We were there for Father's Day, and then the day after Father's Day, Kelly's dad received a special award as a veteran. There is a knitting group, not a knitting group, a quilting group that it's Quilts of Valor. Quilts of Valor. It's a national organization, and the quilters, largely women, there's some men a part of the group, but nationally, but these quilters will get together, or individually they will make a quilt, and they will nominate a veteran, and then they will present that quilt that they made to a veteran. And Kelly's dad, veteran, two of his sisters made a quilt as part of this group, and they presented it, this group presented it to Kelly's dad, and there were 14 total individuals that, 14 veterans that received Quilts of Valor. And that was pretty cool. We got to go and be a part of that. That was a special presentation, a special time. So we were thankful that we got to be out there for that and see family and things and other stuff. It was just a great week away from work, and we had friends that took care of the chickens and whatnot. So yeah, but it's hard to come back. It's always hard to come back after vacation, and I didn't do much videoing of anything while we were there because I just needed some downtime. I needed some time to not do my normal stuff. And so, but we're back. We've had a week of work, and this is Saturday, like I said, so I'm about to get to it. I'm gonna get some mowing done, and then I got a project that I'm gonna show you guys here in just a second. So you guys, I hope that you guys are having a great day. I hope the last couple of weeks has been good for you. But I'm excited to get back on this side of the camera and yeah, and just share stuff with you guys. So anyway, let's take a look real quick at the project I'm going to start working on after I get some mowing done. So like I said, I'm on the back side of the house, and so we got some daylilies that are starting to pop out right here, but the project is going to be right here, right where's my finger? Right there. So see where the water hose is? Today, not today, we're not gonna get a new reel, but y'all, grasshoppers are getting bad already. So we got a tree growing here. This tree's coming out. We got another tree growing here. That tree's coming out, but it might get transplanted. And our water spigot is right there. And we got this vine, ivy stuff that's growing. So my plan is to come in here, take out the 2 trees, clean out all the stuff, and just completely clear this out so we can get in here easily, get to the spigot, and we'll have access to the water. And then after we do that, then kind of what I was thinking was that down on the ground, maybe, that I would, now that's not going to happen today, but eventually, to rake that out real good, clean it up, maybe put down some weed barrier or something, and then put mulch or gravel down right there, so it's just a good spot to be able to get in there and not have to worry about getting through weeds and things, and it's easier to take care of weeds and stuff. So anyway, like I said, right here, right there, I'm going to clean all that out, make it easy to get to the spigot and the water hose. And so, but that's going to be here in just a little bit. Right, like I said, right now I'm going to get to mowing. And you guys, thanks for joining me today. But first, let's take a look at the girls and see how they're doing. Got some, we get some boon worms here real quick. Yeah. Okay. Too many scoops in there. I know, here we come. You ready? All right. Here we go. You ready? Go get them. Go get them. Got the boon worms. Get some scratch. Throw in there real quick. There you go. All right. Boon worms and scratch. Let's take a look. Oh, there they are. Mildred. You eat those worms, girl. She got a dirty butt. Gotta keep an eye on her. I hope that she's not got poop issues, but right now she's got something going on. Alright, well, bye girls. We'll take a look in here real quick and see if I can see. There we go. Got 1 egg there, and there are 2 eggs over there. So we'll get those later on today. Need to check on the water. Oh yeah. So right there, water's good. These water nipples are working good. So if you watched that video, then there's the update. Still working. And I still haven't fixed the roost bar. Roost bar fell down a while back. I need to put a brace on it and put it back up. All right, now it's time to mow. right, well, I got the mowing finished. You just saw a little bit of it, but it took about an hour and 15 minutes or so. And so we had Kroger delivery in the middle of it, and so had to take a break so I could help unload some groceries, and got that taken care of. And now that I'm done with the mowing, I'm gonna go ahead and get busy started with this these trees and this vegetation and stuff, and clear it all out. And so anyway, so I gotta take out shepherd's hook, and I got a bucket down here, or I have a bucket that I'm gonna use, and take the one out and see if I can transplant it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that with the other one. Actually, what I need to do, I need to get my phone out and see exactly what kind of tree it says it is. So, let's see. Is that in my ID app? I'll find out. I will find out. Maybe. Come on. Identification. Right there. All right. Yep. That's what it is. So, probably going to take this one out. It's a sycamore, and this is the 3 big ones that we have growing in the front. Our sycamores really don't have a place that we want, I don't think, to grow another one, and so I'll probably just take it out and move this evergreen someplace else. It's a little pine tree, and so not sure where, but we'll figure it out. If you've been watching for the last couple months, you know that we've had some knee problems. I was down where I couldn't walk hardly at all, and then it has eased up. It got really better after I went to the doctor, and now in the last couple weeks it's a different pain, and it just feels more like a pinch than a bone on bone thing. So anyway, I'm trying to get over that. Get out of here, y'all. Grasshoppers are thick, so we're looking at a grasshopper deterrent that we're thinking about getting. But we gotta order that, so we'll see. But it's all natural, it's organic, it's one of those things where it's not harmful to anything else, but they will eat it and they will die. And do y'all know that grasshoppers are cannibalistic? I didn't know that, but evidently if they die, the other grasshoppers tend to eat them. And so if one dies from the treatment, other grasshoppers will eat it, and then they will die from the treatment as well. So who knew? But, so here we got, oh, that didn't work. This is what we call a wild lettuce, and a couple weeks ago I showed you some out in the cow lot, and it can get like 7 feet tall, and it just takes over. So got to get this out of here. So y'all, I hope you enjoy watching me do work. Those are, oh, hold on. Well, those are 4 o'clocks, so whatever. They're on my way. Here is some of this vine. Oh, that's thick. Ooh. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Look at that root system. How the vine's been there a little bit. That's not just a fresh vine, so there we go. It's part of it. Okay, so let's take a look here at this vine that's growing. So here's the root. Got all these little, it's rooted in real good. And then the vine grows out, and this got more roots as it grows along the ground. It roots in, it roots in. And eventually this, like this right here, this started to grow up the wall. And there's root right, you see it, a little root right there. That is a system that actually was growing on the brick, some of it trying to get in between. And so, I mean, we don't need to get that growing and get in between the brick, especially like right here where this water spigot is. That is right under the kitchen sink. It's nice and secure, but not too long ago, last year, year before, we had the house repiped, and so when they put in new pipes, we had them put in new spigots too, and so that is attached to the water in the kitchen, comes in under the sink. And so I don't want that to work its way into where it's hooked or attached to the brick. So we don't need it growing into the house under the sink and causing more problems. So we're just trying to get rid of all of it right there. And it's gonna take a while to get rid of every little bit, but I got a good pile going over here and got a little bit more that I'm gonna take care of. But I think before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at these couple of trees here and see what I can do to remove the one and transplant the other. So, all right, let's take a look. So you see these two trees together. This one here is a pine, and I think it's a baby from those pines there. Anyway, that's a pine. And then this is sycamore that has grown up from our sycamores that are in the front yard. So the sycamores out front are, let's see, they're 60, 70 feet tall, I think. But my grandma built this house, and there was a house that set here before, so she sold this one and they moved it into town. She built this one in 1970, and you see that tall tree right there? That's one of the sycamores, and so that's what we got growing down here. So they've been here, I don't know if she put those in 70, or if it was before or after, but regardless, they've been here 50 years probably, at least. And like I said, we don't have a space where we can grow a tree that big. So I'm getting rid of that one. I'll find a place maybe for the pine. Now we got a couple cedars growing around the front side of the house I need to find a place for those too. I don't think I'm gonna do that today, but that might be a better option than the pine, because like I said, those are the pines, and those are older than 70, I'm pretty sure, because the house that's set here, I think she already had the trees back here. But I think what I'm gonna do first is run some water in the bucket. Run some water in a bucket. And then I'll dig up the tree and I'll put it in here with dirt and all that. But that way the roots automatically are drinking something. Figure out where to put it. I go dig a hole. And then I'll water it real good. There, we'll just leave it like that for now. All right. Shovel. Let's see. All right. So there's that. Now, when you're doing a tree, you don't want to get right up to it. You want to get back from it and try to dig down to get under it. See, they're starting to come up. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh boy. I think I messed up, but there's still some root, but it might be a little too much for it. All right, just protect it there. A little extra dirt. This is just sand or soil. Super sandy. So we'll see what happens. Okay, now we got the sycamore. Like I said, we're not keeping it, so I don't necessarily have to be careful with it. Oh, ooh-wee, that root is 2 feet long. Got the tree up. Like I said, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, and I don't know if it's gonna transplant well. So, guess we'll find out, but y'all, that about did me in, because I'm fat and out of shape. So anyway, I need to go figure out what I'm gonna do. All right, so plans have changed. Went inside, talked to Kelly, and there's really no good place here in the yard around the house where we can plant that pine, because as I said, as you can see here, these pines, they're pretty good size. And to have trees that get that big, we just don't have a place to put trees that get that big. So we're not going to plant it here in the yard. Now, I don't know if you can see, let's take a look. Way up there, right up there, way up in the field. I'm messing it up now. Other way, there we go. What do I do? Oh, it's right there. I was pointing the wrong way, sorry. All these trees back here. Now that is the shelter belt. That is, there's a row of trees, different types of trees that were planted years and years ago. And there's some that are really big, in different sizes and stuff. And so that's north. And so the idea is that in the wintertime, the weather, the wind, the snow, all this stuff comes down, and that helps break up some of the wind and stuff. So if there's cows and stuff up there, they have a place to shelter and whatnot. And so that is where I'm going to take this tree up to. I'm going to take it up there and I'm just going to plant it and see what happens. But I don't know that it's going to survive up there, because we're not going to be able to water it every day and to tend to it. But we'll give it a shot. We'll take it up there. We have a lot of stuff growing that we never water anyway. But I think it's probably not going to work. But I'm going to give it a shot, take it up there, and if it grows, awesome. If not, doesn't hurt us at all. All right, so here's our willow out here. I love that tree. This is going to be a little sightseeing show and tell maybe. So our willow tree there. A bunch of other stuff started growing up. Y'all know what poke is? You ever heard of poke salad? Right in the middle, right there, it's a big poke bush. I wouldn't go getting stuff off of it now because it's a little late in the season, but anyway, we are headed up there, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to put it in four-wheel drive or not, because I never drive up here. It's one of the things that we just don't do. But over here, you've seen the other side of the burn pit. Now this is this side. Need to burn it sometime, but it has not been burned since before 2017. So, but all these weeds and grasses and stuff are really tall, like anywhere from 2 to 4 feet or so. And I'm just gonna take it easy because I don't need to drop off in a hole. I don't need to hurt my pickup. Like I said, it's one of those things that you just never come up here. It's just, I wish we had a little side-by-side. One of the things that I hope that we get at some point is a little side-by-side, or even like an all-terrain golf cart, or a small tractor. I mean, I would love to have a small tractor with capabilities with a bucket and all that stuff, but right now we're doing good to have a pickup truck. And you know, like, it's just one of those things, and we just are not at that point where we have money that there are things we could buy, but there are things that are more important that we are taking care of. We have some stuff we got to get done around the house, and we have things we need to spend money on. So sometimes you have to make the decisions, and you got to be wise and buy the things and pay for the things that are the most necessary, and not the things that you just want. And so there's a lot of things that we want. There are a lot of things that we buy that are smaller, that you know, are not, they're not huge purchases. But when it comes to equipment and stuff like that, like side by side or a tractor, or, you know, something like that, yeah, we're just not there. But if you guys are associated with any tractor companies or know any that would like to sponsor a small YouTube channel that is just really trying to get off the ground and do more, we are almost to 800 subscribers. So we would love to grow with some tractor company. That would be awesome, or some side-by-side company. And so, yeah, if you know anybody that is willing to take a chance on small YouTubers, let me know. All right, so this is the shelter belt. I used to come up here when I was a kid and play up here, and there used to be a bunch of junk and other stuff. And so let's get out, see if I can find a place to plant this. So I don't get to see the house from this this view very often, so it's way up there. It doesn't look like it's as far in person as it does on camera, but there it is. And there's different pockets of green stuff growing, different types of prairie grasses and small bushes and other stuff. So anyway, so here we have a volunteer seeder. So like I said, that's a volunteer, so I don't know, maybe planting a pine tree up here might work. All right, here we go. How much water did I lose? Not too bad. None out of there. It splashed out of there. All right, well, got the tree done, and so I'm just gonna leave it at that. My battery's almost dead, and I need to get some stuff done. And so, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It got hot, and I went ahead and I got things finished. And so, like I said, there's things I got to do still, and so I'm gonna go take care of those things. But you guys, I really appreciate it every time you watch. If you liked, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the things. And you guys, 4th of July is coming up. I hope you guys get a short week, but also remember, that's a celebration of our country, the birthday. And so I'll have a day off on Friday. Kelly has a day off, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. And anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. Whatever day it is you're watching this, I'll see you on the next video. All right, so y'all, here we go. Right there. That'd be amazing if it took off and grew real good. Oh, anybody know what this is? Anybody know what's growing out here in the field here? Let's just say it's not edible.